You're taking me back to middle school here with this one. We're talking WWE World Wrestling Entertainment.
Yes. So I just wanted to give a quick update here just because I think this company has gone through a bit of upheaval, implementing like major changes to their business strategy, but it
seems to be working.
It's working for them now.
Stop me, yeah.
It's their prospects are getting a lot better after their stock absolutely tanked last year. So just a quick update. So the company recently announced that they will be launching their WWE Network streaming service in January in Japan. The price will be $9.99 per month. They will still be offering the first month of service free, no strings attached. You can cancel anytime, no long-term commitments. So this is just like what they're currently offering in the North American market, for example. And this is a really important part of the company's long-term strategy because the network has increased to about 1.3 million subscribers as of the third quarter. So that's up a very impressive 80% about from the same period last year.
$10 a month. That's a chunk of change.
Exactly. And paying subscribers, because they offer that first month free, paying subscribers are still up an impressive 62% year over year. So through the first 9 months of 2015, though, looking at Japan in terms of international markets, those first 9 months of 2015, international revenue is up 43% to $119 million. So now it makes up about a quarter of the top line. And this is going to be, I feel like this is just, kind of the beginning. So for full year 2014, the Asia Pacific region was already the second largest market outside of North America.
They've actually been, I did a little digging, they've been doing stuff in Japan since like the mid-90s.
Mm-hmm.
So they're there.
So I'm not sure if it has to do with the culture. Obviously sumo wrestling in that market is popular, so maybe this is part of the reason. But overall, Japan is generally seen as a very lucrative, popular wrestling is very popular there. So this is a strong market for them. And this is in addition, keep in mind, to the fact that, they also launched in the Indian subcontinent recently, and will be launching in Germany and targeting China, Thailand, the Philippines. So again, that Asia market being, just slightly the largest, though, I have a feeling that it's going to be growing as a piece of their overall top line.
From what I read, apparently they have, at the very least, some kind of online presence in about 50 countries. Mm-hmm. So I was consistently surprised as I read more and more about what's going on with wrestling right now. They became profitable again in the last 3 months. Last 3 quarters.
Sure.
Ticket sales to live events were up 8 or 9% year over year. I mean, this is not a dying company by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, and a big question is, so originally a lot of their bread and butter came from these big pay-per-view events, but they rolled out WWE Network, which
do you know what one of those cost? By the way, it was like $20, right?
The pay-per-view events? Oh, they could be $40 to $50.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, they switched that model so that you're paying $10 a month now, but instead you get access to every pay-per-view event. You get access to, I think, the archival footage that they have, at least for the Japan launch. It's like 4,000 hours of content,
and you get correct me, free access to that when you pay the $10 a month for the subscription.
Yeah, that's part of what you get.
So you get literally every WWE match in history as part of this subscription.
So tons of archived content, and in the beginning, there was a lot of concerns about whether offering this is going to really hurt their pay-per-view income and whether the company is going to be able to make this work. But they've managed to get to that point where now they're at the profitability level with the WWE Network that they were at previously, and it's a matter of expanding their geographic presence into new markets, and this should be a nice growth driver for them in terms of a long-term strategy. For the stock itself, it peaked in March 2014 at about $31 per share, plummeted to $11 per share just 2 months later in May, and since then the stock has been making a slow recovery. It's up 35% year to date. In terms of valuation, though, it trades pretty rich, 35 times forward earnings.
Yeah, that's not cheap. I remember that drop, 31 to $11, because and basically the reason was at the time they were worried about cannibalization.
Yes,
That was when they
there's
were
a lot
talking
of-
about the rollout, and they're like, wait, you're giving up on pay-per-view and shifting to this Netflixy type model? What?
There was a
And,
lot of fears
you know,
about the subscriber numbers not coming in strong enough at the time, but since then they've been able to reverse that, and the stock's making a nice recovery. That valuation's a little high based on the growth that they've projected, but overall I think this is an interesting company to look at that was able to so far I'd say pretty successfully execute on a major change to their strategy.
And just to wow our listeners a little bit further, I did pull up some social media type stats from their latest quarterly filing. This is really cool. WWE has the most viewed channel on YouTube in August, ranking above other popular channels such as BuzzFeed and Taylor Swift.
Oh, wow.
WWE exceeded 660 million social media engagements to date in 2015 and continued to rank 6th on Sprinkler's social business index, ahead of the NBA, NFL, and other media properties.
Wow. So there you go. It's I loved it as a kid, and I still remember a lot of the big names from back then. And
Oh, that was the other thing. I'm sorry to interrupt. Stone Cold Steve Austin has a podcast.
there you go. Now I know what I'm going to be listening to on the train home today. Thank you.
Yeah. So anyway, cool.